Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going, bro? Welcome to the Mini Arcade Show.
Hello.
Hey,
What
So,
is
how'd you?
yeah,
Had a nice shower?
uh-huh.
Good, good. So, welcome to the show. So, how you feeling today?
Pretty refreshed after that shower, I'll tell you what.
Oh, showers always leaves everybody refreshed, clean. You feel like you're wiping off all the filth off of you and everything. You're like, yeah, skin's breathing again. Everything's nice and smooth. It's all great.
Ye- Definitely interested in changing the topic as soon as possible.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, let's get into the actual interview. So tell us a little about yourself.
I run a pony blog on Tumblr, ask-frigid drift. Um, Recently I've been dabbling in animated GIFs as well as YouTube uploads and embeds in featuring, of course, my OC pony Frigid Drift.
Yeah.
Yes, T-Bone?
may I ask, what do you do on YouTube?
Mostly look around for the best Bioshock Infinite gameplay videos or Team Fortress 2 videos. Did you want a different answer?
No, that's perfectly fine. I mean, Bioshock Infinite is like all the rage right now.
Definitely. I don't have enough money for it, so I just kind of watch the walkthroughs.
And the cutscenes, probably.
Cutscenes,
Ah.
walkthroughs, same diff.
Yeah, just different highlights. You know, with all the walkthrough, you get the highlights of the cutscenes, which is also nice. Um, so, anyways, uh, tell us what made you want to become an artist?
Let's see.
It all started back in the 1990s.
Um,
Nice.
Back
Do not
when,
get me started on the 90s.
90s were great, and they still are.
pretty much, I've been interested in in art for like since I can remember. I used to make little comic books in middle school. I was a big Harvest Moon fandom even before I was like involved in the internet. Um, that I would just kind of make little Harvest Moon comics with my favorite characters, and I started getting into sequential art that way. Then I started with, of course, getting into the Broney fandom back about a year and a half ago, or a year ago. Yeah, a year and a half ago. And
Well, let's take a few steps back before we actually get to the Brony fandom.
all right, cool.
Let's start from the game where, okay, I mean, when did you first realize you were an artist? I mean, when you start drawing and actually found that was your passion.
I've never been good at drawing, but I'd like to say around middle school when I started making those comics.
That's pretty cool.
That's when I created my DeviantArt also about 8-9 years ago.
Cool.
And that's also about 8 years ago is when I started dabbling in Flash animation and programming.
Ah, wow. Started Flash animation in a young age. No wonder why your blog looks really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely a senior in that aspect.
a lot better than what I've seen from other people. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, your blog is cute. And funny.
Hey, yeah.
Thanks.
With that being said, I mean, did you like do any like during high school? Did you do anything in an anime club or anything like that, or computer?
Not so much. I haven't been much of the socialite ever. Kind of sticking to my own rules, jiving to my own beat.
You're just a guy who's lived by his own rules, not even the rules of your own rules.
Yeah.
I know.
Rebel yell!
Yeah. So, but that okay. So during middle school, you going through this whole entire. Where did it start? I mean, was it like furries or was it people? What was your first anime that you did?
Definitely, I was in the well, like I said, Harvest Moon fandom was pretty much the introduction level for me. Actually, I was a big fan of the War of the Worlds musical in the '90s, also, which recently, last year, they rehashed into a like they completely redid it in dubstep. So I'm really excited about that. If you've been to my streams before, you've probably heard me playing that. So I actually started a different comic where I started getting more into like actual comic style sequential art with different types of panels. The Harvest Moon stuff I did was just kind of like what I do on Tumblrs, the same sized panel each time, bam, 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 and then War of the Worlds. As with all my projects, I don't really finish them too well, but definitely anime is. I'm not, like if I had to choose between anime and furry, it'd be anime. But I was in the Sonic fandom for a little bit.
That's cool.
I was actually part of Sonic Shorts Volume 2 and 3 collaborations on Newgrounds.
Oh, really? I saw those. I go on to Newgrounds quite a bit. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
that was
another
you.
90s perk for me. Well, not 90s, early 2000s.
So that was you then. Okay.
Well, not
Where do we run
all
into?
of me. I was the if you could find the worst short as far as quality goes, that would be mine.
Oh,
I'd like to say I improved
I
since then.
see a lot far worse stuff on Newgrounds.
Yeah, especially that Clock Crew stuff with the B.
Oh God, those
Hmm.
those are always annoying to me.
It's like a B, and it got like over 300,000 views, and it hasn't been blammed yet.
God. Wow. So then it went from there. Where did it go from the Sonic fandom? I mean, did you like went from Sonic fandom to the Brony fandom?
Let's see. Sonic, no. Sonic definitely into anime kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there I actually started making my own original content. I was working on a game called Tranquil Gardens, which is kind of based on Harvest Moon,
Mm-hmm.
and that was built in several different areas, and then I kind of dropped that. I kind of dropped that when I hit the Brony stuff. If you go on my DeviantArt, you can see like the whole progression. I haven't deleted anything yet. You can see like my progression from Sonic to Harvest Moon and all these other things. I like to leave everything up as my kind of history to see where I've come from and see where I'm going
Basically, from then to now.
to. Yeah.
It's always a good deal. It always kind of leave that kind of shows like your progress you have made. Even though it's like may not be like for some people it may not be a lot of progress, but it's still progress nonetheless.
I'd like to say, like, especially from being in the Brony fandom. I know you don't want to talk about that right now, but
Go ahead. We're actually about to
I've
get into that.
definitely gotten a lot of feedback and improvement. Ever since I started Tumblr, you can see. Same thing with Tumblr. I've since my first book to now, you can see kind of like I've been trying to improve like anatomy, shading, different styles, especially technical knowledge as far as animated GIFs and uploads to YouTube.
It's pretty cool. So I guess we get into it now to the Brony questions. Are you a Brony?
I'd like to say I am.
To what level?
I'd like to say medium to high. I've seen every episode at least once. I have a Rainbow Dash Brony shirt from Hot Topic. I have a pin, and I also have my own Frigid Drift shirt. I printed out at the mall.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Very nice.
Maybe
In the process of commissioning, or at least finding someone to get for my birthday, a little Frigid Drift plushie too. If anyone knows anyone connections, hit me up.
Oh God, I do know one. I do know one deal, but the thing is that her deals is pretty much all clogged up, even through September. 'Cause
September.
she's making a whole.
That's all right.
Yeah, but I don't know. I might. We'll talk later on that. I'll get you the connection to see if you get a customized plushie, but they're expensive.
Yeah, I'm kind of anticipating that. But if every follower chips in $1, I should have enough for an army.
Which is really nice. I think that's pretty cool.
I know.
Well, so yeah, I'll pass. I'll see about if she has a free spots open, and then I'll pass on that word. But I'll pass you the DeviantArt on the plushie deal because me and Honey actually are getting our own, basically our own plushie on that. And she actually has a spot for us for sometime in September to work on it. So it's going to cost us about $900, something like that, maybe a little bit less, but it's going to cost it's quite a bit. Because they're really good. They're well made. So
All right.
well,
Yeah,
let's
just let me
move
know
on.
later.
Let's talk about that later. Let's move on.
Yeah. You got it.
What brought you into the fandom originally?
The ponies. No. It's probably the same story as everyone. Back in the early 2011, around May, I was browsing around YouTube, internet generally everywhere since it was kind of blooming back then. I had encountered with the little ponies. I saw cute art. I love the art style. The animation was just so fluid, and I was a sucker for like good quality stuff. I'm kind of like you see my own kind of line quality. I try to be as professional as possible. Still working at it.
Aren't we all?
There was like what was it like videos with the ponies, shows from the ponies with the StarCraft dubbed over it.
Really?
Not StarCraft. Probably something like that. Some sort of video game I hadn't played, but I just kept looking and it had like more PMVs as I know them now, and just the ponies. I checked out some of the clips, animated GIFs everywhere, and then eventually I checked out the first episode. I wasn't too impressed actually because I didn't like static for me. I wanted to see what the actual episode was, so I checked out the second episode just for like continuance, just to see where it would go. It was all right. I could see this actually going somewhere. I checked out episode 3. That was the one with the tickets, wasn't it? Yeah, and then from then I was hooked. Like I give like I was giving my animes back in 2009 through 11. I give every show I watch a 3-episode decision make. Like if I don't like the first episode, I'll keep watching until I get into it.
It was like the baseball rule: 3 strikes, you're out.
3 strikes, I'm in. More like it.
Well, no, yours actually. If they wouldn't go work with the third one, you'd go say it like strike 1, strike 2, and the third, and the base of the third pitch, you hit a home run.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could get attached to these characters. So I definitely could.
You have any?
But as far as
Hold on. Go ahead, finish what you're gonna say.
Questions.
well, as far as like being attached to the show as like a true brony, I don't have like wings and horns. I'm not dyeing my hair, and if I met one of the voice actresses, I probably wouldn't squee. But I
bet you would if you met Rena Chan.
Rena Chan. You love bringing that up, don't you? I was there for the Stripey interview.
Go on.
Continue with your questions.
Okay. Guns, go ahead.
Do you have any particular favorites for like? Why don't we run down the list? Favorite of the main 6.
Hey, that's another soft topic for me. With I'm a big OC elitist kind of fan. I love original ideas and originality in general. Usually I give the blunt answer, Frigid Drift, because I am sure she's going to be in the main 7 come season 4. I know this for a fact. But if I had to choose one, probably... Okay, Rainbow Dash had me for season 1, but Fluttershy has gotten me through season 2 and 3, so I'm going to go with Fluttershy.
Okay, that's cool. Do you have any particular? Do you have any like background ponies? You know, the ones that aren't a part of the main 6.
I actually did a post about this. Frigid Drift actually is one of the background ponies. That's the secret.
Oh, really?
No, I just photoshopped them.
See, Gonzo, see what
I
happened?
figured I went along with it. But seriously, please.
But I'd love it if that would happen, but no such luck. But if I had to choose, probably Lyra, Octavia, one of those two.
Lyra Octavia?
I like the cool-tempered ones, like Fluttershy, Lyra, Octavia, and then there's always the yin to the yang, and then there's Rainbow Dash and Vinyl Scratch and that other one, the one that Bonbon. Yeah, I'm not a big fan for Bonbon, but Lyra definitely up there.
Lyra, definitely about human hands.
It's always the hands, isn't it?
Yeah, that joke's been going on for a while. Hey, Timon, Gonzo, can you take over for this for a moment? I'm going to make a mad dash.
Okay. Do you have any particularly favorite episodes from any of the seasons thus far?
All right. Definitely the apple cider one with Flim and Flam.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. The guy's got taste.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. When I was
Back in the 90s again.
I used to I watched The Music Man. If anyone's familiar with the 1950s Music
I do
Man.
remember that. Yeah.
And the tune, "You Got Trouble," from that song, from that movie, is a musical.
Yes.
That is where they took the tune for Flim and Flam, and I immediately latched onto that. And I was watching it with my mom, of course.
I was not aware of that. I really wasn't. That's very interesting.
I was squeeing. That was like the only time during the whole show I was actually legitimately squeeing because I got the reference so badly. I mean, so good. Bad in the good sense.
Yeah, some of the others, they just went a different route. I do remember that some of them, it reminisced them of this song Monorail from the Simpson cartoons. But I like your idea. I like
Monorail. Monorail was actually taken from "You Got Trouble." It's actually. I know people.
Well,
like
yeah,
to say from
pretty
Monorail.
much. It all boils down to that one specific song from the Music Man. Yes.
Yeah, you got trouble, my friend. You got trouble right here in River City, I say.
Smooth Talk 2.
It was the first rap song. Just putting that out there.
I thought it was something else, but then again, yeah. The Music Man is like amongst the oldest of Broadway musicals.
Definitely.
Right. I was gonna go with favorite princesses, but you'll probably be. Well, we'll give it a shot. You got a particularly favorite princess that I'll be probably mentioning to Mean Spirit, and you'll probably be squealing too.
We get 4 to choose from. Goodness. Not a big fan of Celestia, so we can knock that out there.
Let me guess. Let me just take
a fake princess anyway, so not her. Twilight.
Can I take a shot in the dark real quick?
Yeah.
Your favorite princess is Luna, I bet.
Well, given I just crossed the other 3 off,
Oh, okay.
Process of elimination, you get A+.
Yay!
Oh well, I was hoping Luna, but yeah. Twilight is best pony, however. Speaking of which, that leaves me with a question I want to ask you, my dear friend.
Koopy?
Okay. As far as background ponies and all that stuff goes around, well, actually, I'm not going to ask you about background ponies. Who is your favorite villain of the show, if I may ask?
Flam.
There you go.
Best and only. Forget you, Sombra. Best and only male villains.
Yeah.
Oh, Discord. Oh man, he's a good one too. I like all the male ones except Sombra.
Well, yeah, Sombra needs a little work on.
He's a little too overrated for me.
I took a look at your blog. I said it's cute and it's funny too. What was the story behind Frigid Drift? What made you create this character?
I was on before my Tumblr days. I was on DeviantArt, and I would back around October, September 2011. I was doing the pony stuff. I started a few animations that never got finished. The same deal as it always is. I got a couple things on Equestria Daily too, and then I saw them doing Tumblr spotlights. They're like, "Hey, we need some Tumblr blogs. Send them in, and we'll post them next month." So I said, and then one of my friends, GoviTunes, from DeviantArt. I haven't spoken to him in like 2 years, but he got me in there. He said, yeah, go ahead and make a Tumblr. I'll help you with it and stuff. So what happened was I went ahead and started from the ground up making my OC. I chose a pony. Of course, it was going to be a pony. And I said, oh, my favorite color is blue and white. Put them in. Fun trivia fact, she was supposed to have white mane and blue skin at first during the development stage, as well as the little spiral, the little swirl in her hair. That, too, was supposed to either be jig-jag lines and little waves. But then my third one, that was actually just a doodle. I doodled a little swirly spoon kind of looking thing. And then Govi was back when my live streams had about 1 or 2 people max. Govi said, yeah, that one's good. And I actually undid it. And I'm like, wait, really? So then I hit Control Y redo. And then he's like, yeah, that looks good. So I kept it like that.
That's very interesting.
So then that started me up. I had the character development. I started a little with my first post ever was a text post, and then I went into it was Ask Frigid Drift, no hyphen, and then little did I know you couldn't ask questions, or if you can't ask questions, you really can't interact with followers or anyone at all. So I eventually got up to 30 followers, and I said, hey guys, we're moving over. We got to make a new account because I cannot ask questions from Ask Frigid Drift. So I went with Ask-Frigid Drift. I moved all my posts over, and then Dazco, the mod of Colgate, Dr. Colgate, gave me my first big break. He reblogged one of my posts. It went up to like 30, 40 notes, and then suddenly, boom, here I am at like, followers. So,
followers?
Yeah, I like to do like milestone pictures and stuff, but I'm gonna keep that till I actually, next milestone, I'll just say, I'm waiting for my over 9,000 post in about 4 months or something like that. I got it all scheduled.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed out on it. But did you ask the question about who's your favorite princess?
Yeah,
he did.
We pretty much narrowed it down to Luna. He also went the extra mile and suggested a favorite villain.
Ooh, good question. And what answer was that?
That would be Discord and Flim and Flam.
Yeah.
We were pretty much discussing pretty much how he developed Frigid Drift.
Go ahead, continue then.
Well, pretty much I summarized that up. One thing led to another.
I also noticed that I do know some of the posts, and you had some, and you pretty much brought some characters in there. Now, did you got permission for the characters and whatnot, or talk to the guys behind some characters, like say Flutter Guy?
Yeah, I speak with him. Well, I've spoken. It's been a while. I'd like to not talk about that, but yeah, I speak with all the mods that I feature. Question Pink Amino. I got like over 300 Skype contacts of these guys. I make my Skype public so people can add me. Usually, people who aren't Tumblr mods go with hi or lol, you're cute, and that's the extent of our conversations. So if you really want to have a conversation with me, then add me. But if not, then don't worry about it. You'll just follow me, and that's good enough.
True. So where do you see your character going? In like 6 months from now.
Let's see, definitely 6 months. I'll have my game released, which was supposed to be my 1-year anniversary project, which got pushed back and pushed back. It's been pushed back about half a year by now. What is it, the 4th month already? And it was supposed to come out on December.
What's the name of the game?
Cloud Drift. Project Cloud Drift. That's not the final title, but that is what I've been calling it. It has over 10 minutes of story videos in it. I have all the voice acting done. And all of the script, of course, you need a script for voice acting, and most of the programming. All I'm missing is actual animation, which I have been practice, which is also one of the things that I'm going to be seeing myself in 6 months. I have already started Frigid Drift as an animated series on YouTube, with the first episode came out a few days ago.
That's cool. So what's the game about?
The game is you use the up and down arrow keys. You play as Frigid Drift, and you fly on a cloud, cloud drifting. So the cloud has a size, and the larger the cloud is, the faster you go. And yeah, it's a scroller game. Year and a half, maybe 2 years broken.
And for everybody on Tumblr, scrolling is basically what everybody does. So it should be an easy game for everybody then.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is so cool.
We're used to that kind of stuff.
So basically, it's going to be a very easy game for everybody to play. If you're not good on Tumblr and scrolling, this is not a game for you.
Yeah. Side scroller, you go around, collect clouds to make your cloud bigger, go faster, go farther, avoid thunder clouds, avoid little tiny.
Maybe even race Goku on his little cloud.
His little Nimbus guy.
Yeah. That'd be kind of funny to actually see that. It's only see like he's flying by. You're like, wait, how did he get it? We broke the fourth wall barrier.
How did I get here?
Oh man, speaking of fourth wall, that is one of my favorite things to work with.
Nice.
Is it alright if I talk about the next episode?
Sure, go ahead. We don't mind.
Alright,
cool.
cool.
This is your interview, so you can talk whatever you want to talk about.
Sweet. So anyway, last night,
We're listening intently.
Last night I was on the computer looking at Tumblr. Anyway.
Wow.
My life in a nut. My life in a shell nut. So anyway, episode 2 is gonna have guest starring your previous interviewee, Stripey Butts.
Oh, sweet.
She has done all the voice acting for it. It should come out about a week or 2 from now. I've got all the story, all the lines done, and I actually have a little image I took. Let's see if I can find it. I just took it like a minute before I came on here. It has a little picture of the stripy model that I'll be using. You can choose if you want to throw it up or not.
I would like to see that when it premieres. Definitely. Let me know when you get finished with that on Tumblr, man. That'd be awesome.
Oh, it cannot be sent to me until I add you.
Nor I. I may have to add you then.
Let me put it on Imgur real quick.
There we go.
That's a better idea.
Add us. We love your art. We're not worthy.
Document. I'll make it easy for you guys.
Yay!
Imgur. Now let's go add you guys. Contact request.
Now that is pretty badass, if I may say.
And pretty much suitable.
Yeah, it's completely safe for work. My blog is completely safe for work, so.
Yeah, we get that every now and then. Yeah.
Sometimes every now and again, there's a safe for artwork blog that you interview.
Well, it does appreciate. I mean, not all blogs have to be, containing, Rule 34 and all that. Sometimes the best blogs do come pretty much safe for work. All it needs is cute art,
I
good
will
story,
say,
and-
yeah. Usually the best arts are usually the safe for work ones because you know why? Because it takes more work to keep it safe than not safe for work. Because it's so much easier to go for not safe for work, but safe for work stuff is really hard to come by.
Yeah. Also, a question from Digital. Wait a minute. It's Broken Life. Broken Life. There we go. Who does the animation again? You do, right?
I do all my animation.
Okay, that's cool.
Very awesome.
I have, like I said, I taught myself in Flash for the past 8 years on my own. Like I said, I did programming back in high school, and I was working on a couple other games with the Tranquil Gardens and Cloud Drift. I do all my animation. I do all my programming. I'm a what do they call it? A jack of all trades, master of none kind of guy.
So
Check
what
of
do you
all
think?
trades sounds about right.
Master of none. Don't forget that part. Yeah, I even do my own music from time to time. So, art, music, programming, animation, the whole shebang.
Shebang bang.
Anybody remember William Hung?
Bang!
Yeah, someone remembers William Hung.
Oh God. I honestly wanted to forget about that.
I was going for the actual by what was his name? Enrico
Too bad.
Iglesias? Why did we never mind.
Yeah.
Also for you.
Nozzle for you.
I'm a 90s kid, by the way. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? I'm a '90s kid too, so all the power to you there, buddy.
Yeah!
I'm originally
High
80s.
five.
I'm originally 80s. I'm old. I'm the old man of the group.
Not necessarily. I was born in '85.
I'm still a year older than you.
Well, thank you, Fluttershy.
I'm a year older than you.
Oh, dear God.
But anyways, wow. Animation, art styles, the works. Here's a little deal that might help you out a little bit. Do you do commissions?
I used to do commissions. I still have a couple from a month or two ago that I still need to work on. I'll tell you what, school has been taking its toll on me, freshman in college, and I can say that it is killing my blog right now. You can see, like, every progressive month, starting from September of 2012, has been taking its toll. Essays and fun stuff like that. Commissions was the question. I do not see commissions as being a good way to spend my time. Personally, since money isn't really an issue with me, so I find I gain more happiness from doing my own thing. I've gotten lots of people asking for commissions, of course, but I've had to turn many of them down because I just don't see it as part of my schedule anymore. I've got to take care of my blog, I've got to take care of school, and definitely those two are higher than taking care of
Understandable.
these.
Well, it's definitely understandable because, I mean, you want to get good grades. You want to keep yourself, to basically get yourself a good paying job that pays every single day that you actually show up to it. And this is basically, I want to say a hobby, but it's a passion.
It's more than a passion. It is a passion. It's more than a hobby. For me, anyway, it's kind of like what I do every time I wake up and then I go to school. No, I wake up, I go online, I dish out a couple frames of animation. I go to school, I come back, I dish out a couple more frames of animation, and blog stuff. Mostly checking YouTube and Tumblr, but Team Fortress eventually. But anyway, that's kind of like
It's a way
that
of
is
life.
it. There's no social life for me here.
Well, it's a way of life for you.
Definitely, my blog is my passion, and it's what keeps me going. Heaven forbid Tumblr shut down. I don't know what I'd do. That is how
You have
deep I
Facebook. You have all these other ones.
Facebook is Facebook is questionable.
Facebook
Yeah,
is-
but it was a
yes.
suggestion. It was a suggestion. It was just a suggestion.
Hmm. I'm probably going to Twitter if Tumblr cuts down.
That's one way of doing it. Either that, or maybe set up your own little art deal over on Newgrounds.
Oh, check it. That's right. If Tumblr was to go kaput, then I'd definitely fall back on YouTube. Completely forgot about that for about a minute.
It happens.
But yeah, YouTube would be my next thing. Kind of how I've been putting more effort into learning anime. Well, I know the technical side. I'm practicing. That's kind of my big thing right now. Practice makes perfect. Keep moving forward, like Stripey said. Love to bring up those Meet the Robinsons quotes.
Yep. So with that being said, got any words of inspiration to pass on to others of your own?
Of my own. You had to add it in there. Well, definitely don't let, like, if this is to all the people who are starting Tumblr blogs, like who have in the 10 to 50 followers range, or even 0 to 50. If don't blame, this is going to sound kind of harsh, but don't blame the amount of followers you have on how many questions you get or the quality of the questions. What I started with was like, if you go back to the very beginning of my blog, you'll see there's like, do you like lollipops? And it's like I could have just brushed that off, but the main thing is stay creative. You gotta think outside of the box. You see, oh, do you like lollipops? It's like you don't draw your character with a lollipop. You draw your character surfing on a lollipop and crash landing into a building, and then saying, "Hey, that looks like a nice banana." Picks up the banana, and then someone. You got to think really far outside the box to make some of these questions that people send you, or if you send people.
It's like the old phrase goes: "Life gives you lemons. You make orange juice," and have people figure out how you did it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Thanks. Oh, what animation tips do you have? Do you mind if we answer that one?
Actually, sure. Why not?
Animation tips. Definitely start with drawing. That's like the first step before animation. You gotta have good anatomy. You gotta have. One of the things that separates animation from drawing is you have to know physics. Animation without physics is very rigid, static movements on screen. You have to know like the flow, the weight of the character. You can simulate weight in art, but not the same way as in animation. And tips for animation specifically, you need to kind of lay off the shading for the beginning of it. If you're working with shading, that's gonna just shading a 10-second scene. Say a 10-second scene takes you about 3 weeks to animate. Just like a really intense 10-second scene, of course.
Science.
But to animate, 3 weeks to animate that. The amount of time it would take to shade it would probably be an additional 200%. So like twice as much time would go into shading it as it already went into animating it. So I'd say leave off the shading, or find someone, or hire someone, or complain to someone that they should be shading for you. Like as far as shading goes, I just say don't really worry about it too much. That's why I've been kind of keeping my blog as far as my drawings into a simpler style, because I've been working mainly on proportions. I work on one thing at a time. When you work on one thing at a time, you'll become a master of it sooner than you would if you worked on everything at once. Then I am a hypocrite for saying that.
Well, we're either
And then,
yeah, but
and then all of a sudden, the words of wisdom made no sense.
and that's purely illogical. But anyways, wow, great blog, great animation, great, wow. Yeah, you have it what it takes. So wow. Well, I want to thank you for actually coming onto the show here and taking your time out of your life to actually share share your life with us.
It was a very long life, I assure you that, and I spent it very well.
Oh my
Wise
gosh.
guy.
Now, good night.
I should have been in bed 5 hours ago.
I should have been in bed 5 years ago.
I shouldn't have even got out of bed.
All right, well, thank you, friends, and we'll hopefully hear from you soon again.
Hope to hear from you soon. Again, you're the ones ruling my life right now. I'm waiting for that message in my inbox.
Yes.
Give me a call if there's anyone you want me to,
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
This guy is so creative. I like him.
He's creative and yet he's funny. I love it.
Completely different things right there.
All right. Well, we got one more person to interview, so thank you for coming on here, and we'll talk to you later, bro.
All right. Good night.
Wow, that was actually really fun. Now we're
I agree.
We'll take a quick short break, and then we'll get on to our last interview of the night. So
We'll
please
be right back, gentlemen.
be right back.